it's Pat Sloan here. So first of all, we have made 100,000 subscribers. This is just so exciting. Mwah, mwah. Thank you to everybody who is a subscriber here at my YouTube channel. It means so much to me to have you come here and visit with me during my videos and support me. It is just awesome. And 100,000, it's a number, but it is such a fun number. One of the things that's fun is that YouTube will send me a plaque. I will get a plaque that I have 100,000 subscribers. I'll have to go and submit the paperwork to them and they will process it. So keep subscribed, because otherwise it won't work. I have to wait a few days till the numbers go a bit over 100,000, just so people don't bump off who were just like helping family or something. Helping family get me to the number. But so excited. I have my wonderful little plaque, and we will just switch that 9 out and put, look how sweet this is. So this will be my wonderful wonderful reminder until the, oops, let me get it on there straight. I'm upside down and backwards till the YouTube one comes. Looks good, right? Looks good. So I have a few things today, a few fun things. First of all, we have the last segment of the Christmas Evergreen Mystery, and the Fat Quarter Shop has a border, and then I decided to do a border as well. So here is mine. It is a bonus free border pattern from me. The link is in the description box over to my website so that you can download it. It is also on the project page at I Love to Make Quilts. And so I did a little video about talking through the fabric choices I did for this little border. So let's take a look. So these are all the fabrics I have left from the Christmas project, this Christmas mystery. And now we're going to do this little inner border and decide on, you know, exactly how I want the colors to be. And you can go a bunch of different ways. So I want to show you options, because, you know, options are so good. So here is the top, and I used primarily, you can see here, primarily red and green. I didn't go into the navy that's here. I didn't go into the aqua that's here. And so more than likely, I just am not going to add those now, because it's just introducing another color. It's not a very big quilt. And so they'll go in the bin back there. And then a lot of these were small, you know, because these were, you know, just a layer cake. A lot of the pieces, there's not much left, so they're great for doing this little border, because you're doing 2 by 3.5 inch strips to go around. So here's some different ways. I sort of lay this out here. Now the next section here are your strips. So you could do something if you'd bought some extra or wanted to get some extra. You could alternate just like 2 fabrics. You know, not even making it scrappy, just 2 fabrics, you know, the same 2 fabrics all the way around. Or you could mix it up and have, you know, like red, green, but they're always different red greens. The Red Green Show, isn't that a TV guy? He's like kind of strange. And they don't even have to be red green. They could be like this, you know, kind of scrappy. But another thing you could do is, I showed you light and dark on the picture, is that you could take, so I'm just going to mock this up because I don't need to cut anything to see how it's going to look. I can just mock it up. And I could be having, so just sort of use your finger to estimate where you would have that. So it could go around and be alternating with the color and then the white, this white background. Now, if you have some lights from the line, like if I were to have bought yardage of this one, which I did not, you know, but I could have, or I could, I mean, it's still fabric, it's still out there. I could use this. Let me show you what that would look like. So let's say we'll just mock it up like that. So, you know, there is a light, but it is a different kind of light. It is not the same as the background, which sort of blends in. See, when I remove that, do you see the difference? It's like a totally different feel if I'm using this versus just that cream there, you know, the same background cream. Now I did get, no, did I? no, I have a bit more. I had a few extras of these. I don't have enough to do the whole thing. Even I think with this and with this. Well, I had this plaid too, and I have trees. So see from the line. See, these are the squares. These are ones I didn't use, but they're all the lights. Now I don't know. I could check between all of these lights. Would I have enough to make it a scrappy around? And maybe throw in, maybe I go find something else if I needed it for one, for a couple of squares. But you have to have, let's see, I'd have to have 22 of these rectangles from here. I'm just going to do mock-up real quick because I'm curious. It's like 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, be 16. Oh, yeah. I could do that. I could definitely do that. I could take these guys, all of these guys, and cut them up and use them as my alternate. So I could have like this, and then let's say that was this guy, and then maybe there would be some of the pine cones. Okay, now I got to get it under. Wait. You got to see it right, because if you got all that fabric, you cannot visualize it. You've got to cover it up. Cover it up. Okay. And then like this. See? So that, I like that. And I have enough with these strips. And so that means I'm going to use some pieces that I didn't use in the body of the quilt, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. And then I'll use as much of like this plaid, the pine cone, and this background. And then there's a few, there's the angels. They would also be good in there because they're not so dense, solid. There's a little bit of this poinsettia. I could do that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. But you have options here, and it does make a difference how you set that up. If you want it to be alternating just certain colors, like the red, green, that looks really good as well. But I like this with a little sparkly light in between. Okay, that's how I got to this decision. Now I will sew it, even though you have already seen it. I separated the colors so that I can put them up on the wall and audition them so they're not like piled together. It just makes it easier. So there'd be one of each of these with the sort of the unique on the white, like a bird and whatever, and then the sparkles and the pine cone sparkles, some variety of darks and variety of the lighter reds. Okay, now I will just lay them out. I put the pattern up on the design wall. See, I just pin it up here, and now what I'm going to do is just pick them up, light, dark, all the way down. So I will just pick up, I'm going to start with this light, and then the other color is a dark, then I'll go pine cones, light, then I'll go red for the dark, and then sparkles for the light, then I'll go back to green for the dark, so back to there, so all the way around until I have the whole handful. There is a top row. Now these ones that have the bird in them, I won't all put them in the same spot. Like when I do the bottom row, I'll probably move it over here, but not at the end. I'll do it over here, and then I'll probably do this side one further down and this side one further up, so that they shift them around. I don't want them predictable. So, whoops, there you go. So now I'll just do the other 4. Oops, other 3. Here they are, all laid out. I think I like the placement of them. Several of them, like these trees, I cut some vertical for the side and some horizontal so that they stayed upright. There's some angels. I think I got one bird sort of diving. Maybe he needs to be flying up. There. Let's do that. So, okay, time to sew. I can't wait to see what you do with yours. And if you choose to do light dark like I did, have the sort of those lighter ones, or do something else, it'll be super fun to see. Nice, right? So fun. So fun to have a nice, easy little border to go on there. Now, another fun thing that's happening out in the universe is C&T Publishing is running a finishing school in September. And what is really neat is that I have a discount code for you. You can get $20 off the finishing school. It's a one-day virtual event, and you will have access on that day. You will see a certain amount of things that you picked, but then you will have access to all of it afterwards. So I went through a little bit and show you on their website who the instructors are and kind of what the topics are, because finishing means finishing your project, So let's take a look. Let's just take a look at the instructors. Krista Watson, who is primarily teaches only free motion quilting and all kinds of different quilting techniques. She will be here on How Do I Quilt It, preparing your quilt, choosing your designs, lots of good stuff. Becky Goldsmith is Binding Made Simple, Stress-Free Techniques for Excellent Results. Becky is an award-winning quilter. She is a pattern designer. I've known Becky forever, and she does just incredible work. You're going to really learn a lot. She's very detailed. Carolina Asmussen, thread painting. Oh my goodness, Carolina is incredible. Her artistic style, and she breaks it down so nice so that you will learn so much and be very, very comfortable. Catherine Redford. Catherine is doing walking foot quilting beyond the basics. Yeah, this is a good one, because those of you who really love your walking foot and don't really want to dive into free motion, she's going to show you all ways to use that and take it up a couple of notches. Level it up, level it up. Jenny Lyon, Celebrate Quilt Completion, the Success of Joy of Free Motion Quilting. Now, I don't think you can take too many free motion quilting classes. People approach them in different ways. They have different things they focus on, and so every time you're going to learn something new. I've taken many, many free motion quilting classes, always come away with something new. Lee Monroe, Little Quilts, Big Dreams, Crafting Smaller Projects. So this would be a really good one, because she's going to give you a lot of things for small projects, which are great for the upcoming gift giving season. Lisa Archer, Let Your Embroidery Machine Quilt Your Quilt. Okay, there you go. I want to take just this, because I need to do this. I need to learn how to use my embroidery machine to quilt my quilt in the hoops. I will. Someday I'll take the time. Lori Kennedy, many of you have been following Lori for years. She has super free motion quilting little practice pieces on her website, tons and tons and tons of designs. And so this is going to be a super good class. Marcy Baker, Beyond the Basic Binding. So if you want to, again, level up your binding, learn things like self-edging, raw edging, knife edging, pillowcase edgings. There are tons of ways to bind that it's just not what you normally do, so you can just, check it out. MJ Kinman, I've interviewed MJ when her jewel tone blocks came out. They were so incredible. So she's going to be talking about stippling, matchstick quilting, repetitive patterns for modern quilts, things where your quilt is maybe not traditional block design. You can take a look at those pictures, and it'll give you great ideas. Shannon and Jason have done it all. They are a dynamic duo, as it says there, and they are going to give you a whole lot of techniques on your binding and how to really decide what to do. Whether you do a regular bias cut, but they're really, really good instructors. So you're going to love that one. Okay, and then there is the day and all the things that are going on. There's your schedule. There we go. So I hope you check it out. Go look at all the instructors, read about them, but you can't go wrong. This is going to be such a great event, and I hope you take my coupon, and you can get $20 off. And so you know how this works. You'll get 6.5 hours of content in 4 hours is what they have here by the magic of technology. So what you'll do is pick 3 classes you want to see live, and then after the live event, you'll have access via your Creative Spark account to see the other classes. So that way you don't miss anything, but you're only going to see 3 of them on that day as lives. So just wanted to be sure you understood that, because it's just a one-day event, and to get all of these things in, it works. This is the way it works. Some live, and then the rest you get to watch later as recordings. I think those all look like really great topics. Those are amazing instructors. You will learn so much, and you'll have access to everything. Plus, you get $20 off because you'll use my code. You have to use my link, and then you will get that. So yay for you. Now, our last big thing for today is the gnome family. If you've been following along here for the last year, you have seen Norm and Nanette. Let me stick a picture of them. So Norm and Nanette, Baby Bob, and little Lucy have been traveling across the world. They started in Australia, where Norm and Nanette were married, and then had Baby Bob and then little Lucy, and they have been visiting friends all around. And they have been out in North Carolina visiting our ambassador, Lylene. So let's see what kind of fun they got into. The fun began when Lylene took them downtown Durham, North Carolina, which is called Bull City. So, of course, there they are at the Durham Bull. So cool. She said they've got lots of great restaurants and event places in Durham. After that, they went over to the Durham Bulls minor league baseball park. Look at that cute little bat that Baby Bob has. That is so neat. I want one of those little bats. So after that, they went over to the Performing Arts Center, and it was fun to dream about the Broadway shows. Nanette was excited to see all the choices and wondered if the kids would love to see The Lion King. I think so. Yeah, don't you think? Baby Bob, of course, is always getting himself into just a little bit of a trouble. So while they were chatting, he scurried up the tree so he could check out what was going on. They continued on their tour because the rain had caused them to have a little bit of a drive. So they went through the Duke's University campus, and they saw the gardens. Oh, look at that garden. And there's also a beautiful chapel there. Just really lovely. Norm was wishing it was basketball season so he could go to the game, and Nanette was reminded of her Australian wedding when she was gazing up at the Gothic Duke Chapel. So beautiful. So a few days later, they were packed up to attend a birthday party. Look how fun. So they had a super time on the trampolines with the birthday girl. And then little Lucy, well, she needed to have a nap. And so they have brand new friends there. Look at these friends. While the kids were napping, Norm and Nanette were trying out the great massage chairs. And they felt they really deserved that after everything. Now, Lylene loves to go to retreats, and so they went along for a fun weekend. Nanette got to go to her first quilt retreat, and they were in South Boston, Virginia. It was a beautiful Berry Hill resort. This was hosted by Kathleen from Salem Stitches. And so Nanette was just so excited to see a room full of quilters and all their fun projects. And she decided she wanted to take the foundation paper piece in class with Juicy Goose, and she learned a lot. He was such a fun teacher. So she's going to make something for me. So we'll see. Okay, so while everybody was on retreat, the boys decided that they would just go and do something. So off they went for a quick motorcycle ride. And this was Norm's first motorcycle ride, so I think he's now checking all the ads looking for motorcycles. So at the end, Baby Bob and little Lucy took a little nap with the pups. They told them all about their great adventures, and everybody was on their best behavior. They had a super visit with Lylene, and thank you so much for hosting them. I know they're going to have a few more adventures, and then they'll wrap it up by coming back here to my place. The four of them have a little bit more visiting to do before they arrive back here to end their world trip, which will be about a year on the road. And when it's all done, I think I'll do like a little snapshot, a little collage, a little fast little video of the different places that they visited, kind of the highlights of all the different spots that they were at over the year. I think that would be super fun. Okay, my friends, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being so supportive and so awesome to subscribe to my channel. If you have friends who are not that familiar with YouTube, if you would share with them, this is a free video. My videos are all free. My Facebook group is all free. I don't have anything that's where you have to pay to see my videos or pay to chat with me. Everything I do is out there, public, 100% free to you. So all of the videos, you can just watch them anytime you like. You can go back. I've been doing videos since YouTube started, you know, almost since day one, I have done videos. So there's a lot of videos. And it has been amazing to build such a beautiful community of wonderful quilters here at YouTube. So thank you everybody again. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. Download your pattern. I'll see you online.